What would you do if you were the smartest person alive? Let me tell you about someone who had this kind of brain power. His name was William James Sidis. And shockingly, his story is actually quite tragic. To say the least, just because he had a ton of brain power didn't mean he was always able to easily walk through life. When we hear stories like his, we have to ask, how can you know so much and still not be successful in every way? However, there's one thing that separates the pros from the amateurs. It's the things that stands in the gap between what you know and what you do with what you know. See, what has to develop for all of us is not our IQ, but rather our WQ. If our IQ is a measure of our raw brain power, then let's find out what WQ stands for. Wisdom quotient, or how much wisdom you have. See, knowing a lot of things is cool and all, but if you don't do anything with what you know, if your life doesn't get better or you don't make people's lives better around you, is it really helpful? I mean, really, how helpful can it all be if we don't put it into action? But wisdom, on the other hand, knows that it doesn't know everything. Wisdom is a pro. Here's what's really amazing about WQ. We can all grow this. We learn from the authors of the Bible that a man named Solomon is one of the wisest people to ever live. Not only that, but he intentionally recorded the most important observations on life in multiple documents. One of them is called Proverbs. The best part of what he wrote is that Solomon tells us exactly where real wisdom begins. The starting point of where our story goes from amateur to pro. So here's Solomon's pro tip. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. In context, that's what fear is like here in Proverbs. It means to be in awe of or amazed by God. This mental, emotional, spiritual shift is everything. The beginning of wisdom takes being humble enough and aware enough to first acknowledge that you don't know everything, that your gut isn't always right, and that your feelings may sometimes lead you astray, that you need help and guidance from the one who loves you and created you. It's the start of a journey to turning pro in the most important areas of your life. Wisdom is all about perspective, and perspective is gained over time. It's not just more experiences that make you wiser. It's evaluated experiences that make you wiser. Wisdom would actually have kept me from doing something hurtful in the first place. There's many times in my life where I've completely hurt those around me. But what's best for me is I took steps to intentionally meet with people older and wiser than me. I started reading the Bible with the mindset that the words could guide me to do what's best for me. Pay attention to what God might be saying to me, acknowledging that God might actually know what's best for me. Wisdom is the one thing that can make you better at everything. It's not that your circumstances or situations suddenly change, but wisdom will help you make better choices, avoid some mistakes, help you determine what is truly best for your life. There are a couple of steps that we can all take in connection to what we're talking about today. Even if you're still deciding what you believe about God, I think that you'd agree there is someone wise out there that can help you know what to do next with what you know now. They've been where you want to go, and you can learn from either their successes or their mistakes. Intentionally meeting with a trusted adult who has a little more wisdom than you in an area of life, that's important to you. Look to the Bible to discover more of what God says is best. Just imagine if wisdom really is the one thing that can make you better at everything, how life would be. This might mean that by taking this seriously in high school, you're setting yourself up for more of what's best in life in the future.